Oh man, this thing is just a riot to ride. And not an Arccat riot, a Ski Doo Freeride, but a riot just the same, man. It definitely is honestly a little bit scary. If you guys have been watching the previous videos, when this thing has been stuck in the garage, I've been riding something that's not quite as snappy, and definitely not nearly as tippy either. I mean, everything else really I've ridden has kind of been glued to the trail recently. Even, I guess not last year, I was on a two-stroke last year, but being as light and snappy as this thing is, it just, I don't know, it just makes me nervous. I just feel like I forgot how to ride a fast sled. I guess maybe I just never really knew, but oh man, it's just so fun. I guess I'm also a little bit nervous that something's gonna go wrong, but temp has been staying down. I did throw some scratchers on here. You guys won't have seen that video yet, but I'll be doing a video on them, and I'm definitely glad to have them on here today. I think it'd probably be running a little bit warm otherwise. There's definitely some rocks showing through here too, but oh man, it just, I can't even describe how good it feels to be out on a sled again. And I mean, I definitely was happy to at least have something to ride this winter, because I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I like need to get out here and ride something through the woods, whether it's a motorcycle or a four-wheeler or a snowmobile. Oh man, I need this. It puts me in a better headspace for, I mean, just a couple days. I love it so much, and I don't even know what it is about it. It's just being out in the woods, really, I guess, that I just like it. Woo, I don't feel like myself if I can't get out here, and it feels so good to be out here on this sled that I've wanted all year long. I don't know what's going to happen with the weather or how many more rides, honestly, I'm going to get on it, at least around home anyway. I'm hoping to at least get up north once, but things are not looking good for the weather. It's like above freezing every day with sun and some rain even, so might be short-lived, but man, I'm sure glad it all finally came together, and I just really hope that it stays together this time. Boy, I think these trails are just making me work harder. I'm glad I didn't wear anything more than this. Gotta turn everything down. Woo! I should open my vents. I figured out that there's vents in this coat the other day. It's like, I've never put anything in this pocket. It's like, oh, that's not a pocket. That's a vent. Here we go, more mud. Oh boy. Cleared it. I think part of what's got me a little nervous is that I really just feel like I'm gonna forget what I'm doing and flip this thing over. Although honestly, now that we're in these tighter, kind of, I guess, somewhat slower moving trails, I don't know, I'm actually feeling quite comfortable on it. I think maybe I just hit some kind of bigger, faster corners and wasn't quite willing to hang off with the seat as much as was required to keep the skis down. But I don't know, now I'm feeling pretty good on it. And honestly, it clears these whoops really nice. Still obviously getting thrown around a little bit. Whoa. I guess the tippiness is kind of nice. You can pick it up real easy to jump over the big slush puddles or the rocks. As much as I am kind of a little bit nervous about it, just because obviously kind of once bitten, twice shy type thing. Didn't exactly go so well within the first 24 hours of ownership. So, I mean, I think that's just kind of in the back of my mind. But honestly, I mean, this thing, it feels tight. It feels good. It feels, I don't know, just like it's ready to do some miles. And oh man, I cannot wait to put those miles on this thing. It's a fun sled. I have sort of been thinking, woo, especially when I couldn't ride this for 3 or 4 weeks or whatever it was, that maybe it wouldn't hurt to add another sled to the garage. If I could find possibly a little bit older, less expensive 1100 turbo, maybe I would add something like that to the garage. We'll see. I don't know. I don't really want to have to walk around 2 sleds all the time, but at the same time, obviously, especially when you're dealing with parts warehouses, if something goes wrong with the sled, you might be out for a good portion of the season, since the season can possibly be only 2 or 3 weeks long. Ooh, she's a bit slushy out here, hey. So both of these guys are pretty impressed that we've got such great snow this late too. I mean, there's definitely been some pockets where there's dirt and rocks and sticks and whatever showing, and obviously the road crossings and whatever, and anytime you have to run actually down a road or ride the ditch or whatever, I mean, this time of year just isn't good. The sun's so high, it gets so warm, it does not take long for that little bit of snow that you need to keep things cool and off the pavement and dirt to disappear. But I mean, in the woods, I mean, you could not ask for better snow this time of year. And honestly, with all that rain that we got, I still just, it's a miracle. I'm just so thankful that we ended up with a little bit, a little bit of time to ride yet. Oh, hey, I didn't even realize that the Ski-Doos have the Arctics outnumbered on this ride. Our buddy behind us here is on a sled that he got from a family member. And he just the other day, actually the day that I got my quad stuck in the river, he was putting all new fuel lines on it and had the motor completely removed. And Jason was working on his Jag, his second sled, and so I guess Jason's Crossfire is the only one that is trail proven up until this point. Mine and the Ski-Doo behind me are both sort of on the maiden voyage yet. Whoa! Water crossing. Oh, another water crossing. Whoa! Did not mean to pick the skis up for that. Oh, I love this sled. Oh, yikes. What was I just saying about the conditions being so nice? Woo! Oh boy. Yeah, see, for this reason, I don't think these trails are gonna make it through the week. I think we're probably at the end of the season this weekend. I would bet, at least down here. Like I said, hopefully up north holds for another. I guess it's only a week, isn't it? Is next week the last week? I suppose it is. Maybe there's a couple more days than that. Oh well, I am so happy to be out. At least I made it for this last ride. This was sort of my goal, because I knew this was going to end up getting pushed out. But I'm so happy to be here. Woo! I had actually still am looking for a sub $1,000 sled, just for something to kind of putz around with and to kind of putt around on. Thinking something pretty vintage, but something with hand warmers. Although I guess maybe if it's a day that you need hand warmers, you shouldn't be out on a vintage sled, at least not by yourself anyway. And it's always good to have an extra sled in the garage if you've got a buddy that wants to come ride one too. Oh man, the seat is so cushy. It's so comfortable. That's one big difference between a crossover sled and a dual sport motorcycle, is dual sport motorcycle seats are usually not very comfortable. Look out for the corn! But a crossover sled seat, I like it. It's nice. I'm actually really hoping that once we hit the 31st, that spring and summer just takes off and all this goes away. I can get my bike out. I guess not that I ever put them away, but I'm looking forward to getting my bikes out on the road and getting to do some camping this year. I'd actually considered doing some snowmobile camping, but didn't have the snowmobile to do it on, so that never happened. Not that I minded. I don't know that I want to sleep in a tent when it's 30 degrees out. But I don't know. I'm very, very much looking forward to this summer as much as I want to get. Hopefully, like I said, a couple more rides in on the sled. But how about you guys? Are you still wishing there was more sled season to go, or are you ready for summer to get started? I think some years by now I'm definitely ready to just be done and kind of sick of it almost, because usually I push myself so hard to ride so much. But then, then again, I guess this year I just haven't had to or been able to push myself to ride a lot, so I haven't been riding at all. And I guess that's not necessarily true. I've actually put in quite a few days recently, but woo, definitely had a very slow start to my season, and I think that's why I'm still so revved up about it. But the sunshine and the warm weather and the time change and everything definitely do get me thinking about summer. Oh, and speaking of summer and warmth, I'm pretty sure this is going to be wide open. This guy's changing his mind. Woo! I don't know why that scared me so much. Sure did. That would have been fun, but I think I need some more practice before I cross an actual river. Didn't go so well for me the other day. And actually, I went across that today, and oddly enough, the whole thing is just frozen solid now. More so the spot that didn't have any snow on it, because obviously snow insulates, so it keeps that warm water that's flowing and not frozen. Oh, this thing just wants to rip. So hopefully we can get out and do a few more rides this year, but if not, thanks for riding along with me this year, guys. I know it was sort of an odd year, but I promise lots more sled content to come next year. So you guys have yourself a good summer. Take care, stay safe, and stay swanky. And get out here. Still a couple days left.